Hi, it's Greg Otten with MaritimeGardening.com, and this episode we're going to plant some garlic. Okay, so this is garlic that I harvested in September, and in September I harvested, I hang it in my garage and let it dry out. And this is the time of year to plant garlic between American and Canadian Thanksgiving, so between the middle of October and the beginning of November for Zone 5. It's remarkably warm this fall, so I could probably even wait a little longer. This is hard neck garlic. These are my own garlic. When you're buying this from the store, if you go to a garden center that sells garlic, don't use garlic from the grocery store. It's either been sprayed to inhibit growth, or it may not be a variety that grows well here. Most of the garlic you buy is grown in China. You need to get garlic at a garden center in your area that's going to deal well with your climate conditions. I need something that can handle a Canadian winter. In every one of my beds I plant garlic. It grows well with everything. It's an ideal companion plant, and it also to some extent confuses pests. Something will fly in, land on the garlic stalk, take a bite, doesn't like it, and if I'm lucky it just flies away because it might think the whole thing is that. So what I do is I like to plant a row at each end of the bed and one row in the middle, and that creates a pest barrier. I just space them out before I get started. You know, these bigger bulbs are going to have nicer garlic. These little ones are going to have smaller, less impressive garlic. Smallest garlic I would have got this year would be about this size, which is generally speaking what I typically see at the grocery store. But most of my garlic I put aside for seed are like this, or this, or this, or even I've got some even bigger ones in the garage. And every season you put aside the biggest, best ones and replant them. And over time, what you're doing is you're developing a variety that favors the conditions in your gardening space, and you're selecting out for size, right? You're only letting the big ones procreate because that's what you want. All right, so now we've mapped everything out. We know what we got to do. There's no guesswork. So now we can just go at it. Planting depth for garlic is about here. So you want this part, the bottom part at the bottom, and the sort of pointy, tippy part at the top. You want to plant them in like that. And the top of the soil is about where my knuckles are. That's adequate depth for garlic. You go a little bit deeper, a little bit shallower, but that's fine. So then once you've got that established, you can go quite quickly. Doesn't have to be a big deal. I think people tend to get overwhelmed by gardening because they think it's hard or time consuming. It really doesn't need to be. I'm just going to do what I've got time to do today, and tomorrow I'll do, I don't even think I'll have time to get in the garden tomorrow. This one's superfluous. I'll put that somewhere else. But I've got time. I've got another couple weeks in April. These will start coming up. By some point in June, I can eat the greens. July, I'll have the garlic scape. Sometime in July, I can start pulling them out and eating garlic. Okay, so that's it. Planting a bed of garlic here in Zone 5. Just a few tips and a quick video on how to get that done. I think you'll find if you try it, and this is the time to try it, you'll want to plant, you'll have success. The first time I ever tried planting garlic, it worked great. And every time I do it, it works great. It's kind of like potatoes. You really can't fail at it. If you like this video, check us out on MaritimeGardening.com for a podcast. And until next time, get out there and get at it. Thank you.